Welcome to Jackets TV, presented by Ohio Health. I'm Bob McElligott, and I'm joined by Blue Jackets Assistant General Manager Bill Zito, who is the GM for the Calder Cup champion Lake Erie Monsters of the American Hockey League. Billy, first of all, congratulations. We sat here a couple of weeks ago and talked about the Lake Erie Monsters in the playoffs and talked about all the prospects and all the good things that could happen. Now they've all happened. What's it feel like?
Relief. Because you find yourself, you build a team. And we started over and we built the team and we had the prospects. And it was a difficult challenge for the coaches because for the Blue Jackets' interests, we want to develop and play and let the young guys make their mistakes. For the overall benefit of the collective benefit of everybody, we want to win and teach them how to win. And so they had to balance this all season long. And I can't say enough about how well they did. We knew at the trade deadline that we were poised to have an okay, and we could be okay. But the way they came together as a team, the sacrifices they made as individuals, the temerity of the coaching staff to stick with what they believed in, it all came together. And it was really a wonderful thing to be a part of.
When you look at a lot of American Hockey League teams that win championships, sometimes you will see a veteran-laden roster. Because you can do that in that league. You can find guys that have a decent amount of NHL time. You can put them together, and you can win a championship there. It is much harder to do what you just did with the Lake Erie Monsters and take a lot of young players with just a couple of those seasoned veterans and win the way that you did win. Oliver Bjorkstrand is the guy that stands out to me. I mean, this is a guy that you have high hopes for in the NHL. What he did in the playoffs, I mean, did it surprise you, or what was expected?
Didn't surprise me at all. Remember, he had 85 goals last year collectively, and we'd seen what he did. I think it was a collective, and I believe that. I love Oliver. I'm a huge proponent of his. He did a fantastic job.
Zach Werenski, we talked about him the last time you and I talked, and you were talking about the great potential that he has. He lived up to a lot of that in these playoffs, didn't he?
He did. To come in and do what he did as an 18-year-old, coming from college, stepping into that league, into that pressure, was great. He's going to grow. He's only going to get better. And he made a big sacrifice. He could have signed and come to the Blue Jackets, several $100,000 difference. And he said, no, I'd like to go and be part of this and try to be part of a playoff run and be with my peers. And made a huge sacrifice. I have so much respect for him for doing that and joining us.
Now, Jonas Korpisalo played in the playoffs, and so did Anton Forsberg. And what happened was Anton Forsberg got the net, and he did not give it up. I mean, he just locked down. They started to win. They stayed with him all the way. I know the people here saw a lot of Korpisalo, and there was a lot of excitement about him. But within the organization, I would imagine you're very excited that you feel you've got two goalies that are ready to go in the AHL.
We're thrilled, and Anton did I don't think anyone's ever done it before. I mean, he ran the table and never lost. He was cool, calm, collected. As I said the last time we talked, they're very good friends. They support each other. The first guy to be happy, the happiest guy for Forrest was Corpy, and they'll continue to develop the right way and get their chances when they present themselves. So we couldn't be happier.
I've got to ask you, the guys that we're talking about, maybe even some of the other young guys, does winning this, well, it helps them in their step to the NHL. Are they ready to be NHL players? Do you know that, or is that something you have to find out in camp?
Certainly, any number of players on our roster used this playoff experience to elevate their own profile within the organization and within the league. I think they've learned a tremendous amount and improved, and actually literally improved because of the process.
And Jarmo always talks about the competition within and how it's good to have guys pushing other guys. And quite frankly, all the veteran guys here in Columbus were sitting back. They all knew what was going on, and they all know that these young guys are pushing and they're ready, and there's going to be a lot of battles in this training camp.
I would think so, yeah. And I think Jarmo's at every game, he had one GM meeting or something, but he watched, and it was really good for me to be able to sit and watch the Cleveland games so much with Jarmo and talk and listen. And I think that these young prospects are going to be as ready as they could have been come September.
Well, Billy, again, congratulations. It was quite the run. It was very impressive, and it's something I know the people in Cleveland are going to remember for a long time, and the players that were a part of that are never going to forget the experience. So thanks.
Thank you very much.
That's Assistant General Manager Bill Zito of the Blue Jackets. And for Jackets TV, presented by Ohio Health, I'm Bob McElligott.